Hello all. Hi. Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Hi, good evening, ma'am.
Yes. Good evening. Everybody can hear me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll wait for a few more minutes and then we'll start with the session, okay? Because there are only 5 people online. Let's wait for the others. Just in 5 minutes we'll start. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. But before that, I find a new person in here. Hello, Rutuja. Hello. Rutuja, can you hear me? Rutuja? Rutuja, you seem to be online, and for the first time, I am seeing you in this session, so it is required that you talk to me. Hello, Rutuja. Can you hear me? Okay. It seems that you don't have a proper internet. Yes, Rutuja? Hello. It seems that you don't have a proper internet. Is that so? Hello, Nilesh. You wanted to talk to me, right? Nilesh? Hello. You wanted to talk, correct? Okay, so let's start. I think these numbers are enough. Okay. Hello, all. Good evening.
Hi,
Good
good
All
evening,
evening.
of
ma'am.
you switch on your
Good evening, ma'am.
yeah, great. Yes. All of you switch on your cameras. Okay. Okay. So before conducting any interview, mock interview today, I will be conducting a small session. Okay. A small what do you call an interview based conceptual thing that you will be going through. People have seen this before as well. Those who don't recollect, it will be a good deal for them. If you do know it, if you can just add some more inputs if required. Okay, so basically what we are going to cover today is OOP concept. Before that, yesterday I have asked you all to perform some stuff, right? What was it? What did I ask you all to perform? did I ask you all to do? Hello, everybody can hear me, right?
Ma'am, no,
Yes?
ma'am. Voice,
Ma'am, your voice is broken, ma'am.
Can you
Voice
all hear me?
break.
voice breaking, ma'am.
Voice is breaking, ma'am.
Hello.
Ah,
Ma'am,
hello.
yes, ma'am. I'm hearing, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Yeah, just a minute. Can you hear me now, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Huh. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, I have asked you all to do something after the session. What was that? I have given you a picture on WhatsApp group and I have asked you all to follow that. Yes, am I correct? Did you guys go through that picture on WhatsApp group? All of you. Just open it and see what it is. After my session, did you guys go through it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
You did? Okay, then that's better. So so in that sense, you must be knowing what are we going to deal with today. So we are going to concentrate on OOP Java right now, okay? Because the basic concepts, okay, those are already done. I have asked you questions based on that. I was never too detail with the OP concept, because if I have to tell you that what are the type of questions asked, they ask you questions such as what is method overloading, what is method overriding, difference between the same, or what is encapsulation, abstraction, again difference between them. They will ask you more questions, some questions such as what is runtime polymorphism, what is compile time polymorphism, or they might ask you a question which is more related to inheritances, like how do you implement multiple inheritance, how do you implement single inheritances. Okay, so you should be knowing how to answer the question orally and how to write the program for the same. Okay, because both of them is going to give you the whole point. Okay, you need to know the concept and the implementation every time. Any concept that you go through, okay, let that be array, string builder, string buffer, collection framework, threads, exception handling, or you say what is left, it's Java SE8 enhancements. All of the concepts which you see in here, you should be knowing what are the key points to be known, what are the key points that you should be knowing whenever you hear the concept. Okay, let's say for example, when you hear the concept thread, you should picturize a thing in your head and then it should come out automatically. Let's say for example, if I have to give an answer for this thing for thread, what I picturize is it is a single unit of execution, it is a single path of execution, it helps for multi-threading, Okay, it helps me to execute tasks faster. Okay, it is something which is one of the features of Java. I'm keeping it very simple. Okay, I'm keeping it the way it is supposed to be. It is my thinking, it is my words. This is how I'm talking, this is how I'm going to make you understand what I wish to talk. Do you guys understand when I talk to you?
Yes,
Yes, when I
ma'am.
talk to you about these concepts. So you will have to talk in such a way that the person will understand. If at all it is not possible, so if you're not able to get through this thing, then your program is going to do the deal. You still don't know how to talk, how to give the concept, but you know how to implement that concept, still that makes a point. But either of them is not going to work. You should be knowing something about that concept, and you should be knowing how to implement the same. You get the point, all of you? So I'll show you some programs, how you're going to deal with it. I have got some predefined programs with me. Okay, I'll tell you how you're going to create it at your end when you're dealing with your um, interviewer. Also, it is going to help you to prepare in the way I'm going to streamline it for you, wherein you will understand how it is to be inserted into your head. What is the pattern in which it is going to be there into your head? Okay, so if I start with this, the concept, when we say OOP, that is object oriented programming, they might also ask you difference between OOP or POP or FOP. So now what is FOP? What is POP? Okay, first of all, you should be knowing everything about OOP. So who can tell me what is OOP all about? Yes? Anybody?
This is object-oriented programming language.
Yes, it is
This is
object oriented programming.
to operating and communicating in the object only. You can
Yes, we operate and communicate through objects. Yes. Good. Next point.
and to have the some features as hiding and reusability of the code
Yes. So we have got some features like reusability and data
and
hiding
security.
and
Security.
security,
Yeah.
robustness.
Yeah.
Okay. And what else?
By using by using object-oriented concept method, it is a method to design a program by using class and object.
Yes. OOP is a concept in which we design or we do programming in the form of classes and its object. Okay, whatever you are saying, I'm just making it into simple. I'm paraphrasing it and making you understand what it is all about. Yes, anybody else? Yes?
Concept is developed based on objects in the environment so that we could easily access the name of the object creation.
Can you come again?
Hoops concept is developed basis on the objects in the environment and things in the environment so that easy access of data can be brought back into our needs, necessities.
Okay, so
The
what
most
you
is
mean
important like platform independent.
platform independent? Okay, these are the features of Java we are talking about. Okay, yeah. So object is something used for communication. Okay. Okay, what you said about OOP, Pavan, it is again. Can you just type it out or just say it loudly? I'm not able to hear you. Your voice is very what do you call? What do you say? My voice is shrill. My voice is shrill. So when I talk, it is a tweeting in your ear. So when you talk, it is very blunt. You have to make it quite audible. Yes, the statement, it has to be clear to me. Can you come again? Can you say it again?
Hoops concept is mainly discovered on the basis of objects present in the environment and the necessities from where we can access easily by its name.
The second statement always it is missing. I understand until the object. What after that?
Objects present in the environment can,
Yes.
on its basis, this hoops concept is designed and developed so that we could easily access the data through that objects.
Okay, so you want to say that OOP is nothing but a computer replication of real world. Yes?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, correct. And so to implement anything, let's say for example, if I have to I need to go for a real world implementation of an employee. So I will be having, if I have to store employee details, then I will be having the properties and maybe say the method used for storing and retrieving the details are going to be, let's say, get method or set method, something like that. Yes. Okay, fine. So make sure that in the first attempt itself it is clear for the person. Okay. Again, don't make it monotonous.
Okay, 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 ma'am.
Have a pause, have full stops, have your commas wherever required. Okay, please work on it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yes. So yes, OOP concept is something which is followed by Java, but it was actually introduced in some other language. Okay. So this Java came into picture. Before Java coming into picture, there was C++ who has implemented object-oriented programming. Okay, so basically C++ was more into terminal based programming, wherein we had to do a lot of coding. We can create low level systems, but when it was required for us to create applications, okay, high level or high end applications, then C and C++ were not good. So if I have to give you an example, C and C++ is something which is used for creating your operating systems. Okay, why? The reason is they can effectively or efficiently communicate with the hardware of your system. Okay, and when I say a high level language, it is something that cannot communicate with it. Okay, C and C++ are going to actually occupy the resources which we have, whereas Java is going to create its own environment to give you the output as per your requirement. So that environment that we have is JRE, JDK, JVM, and everything. So it has got its own. That's the reason why Java is platform independent. Okay, it is one of the reasons. JVM is the one of the reasons why Java is platform independent. Okay, so again, coming back to the concept, OOP. Okay, here we deal with object oriented programming paradigm. Okay, or everything that we do, writing programs, executing a command, calling a method, or doing any kind of job requires you to create class and its object. Okay, the class, the template, and its implementation. Whereas if I talk about procedure oriented programming or structure oriented programming or functional oriented programming, these are the names of the previous terms, what do you call the previous approaches which we have here. Everything was with methods. It was something like Python, if you guys know about it. Okay, Python is multi-paradigm, wherein you can have POP approach and OOP approach. Python has got OOP approach as well. So when I say POP, again, it is something wherein I can have different methods to perform different tasks, and I can call it independently. I don't need to create anything within a template. Okay, I don't need to create an object and call those methods. Okay, they are independent. Okay, although I can have header files or I can have it under a single name, but they are not going to be dependent on the class name to be called. Getting the point? Yes, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I
Okay,
can buy.
one more point that we have here is Java is at OOP follows a top down approach, whereas this follows POP follows bottom up approach. No, no, no. Ulta. Okay, POP follows bottom up approach, whereas this follows, just a minute, top down. Top down approach is your,
Hello, ma'am. Uh,
yeah.
Oops, actually, oops, accept bottom up approach and
Yes,
POP
yes,
is
yes. I just got confused with both. Yeah.
yes, yes,
Oops follows bottom up approach and the
yes.
other one for this one. So when I say bottom up approach, what do you mean by this? The approach here is that we first of all try to sort out everything which is there into the bottom. Okay, that means we modularize our code, we try to build those modules that we have, and then we create a single application. Whereas if we talk about the top-down approach, which is followed by POP, then it is going to be you are going to create an application as a whole. An operating system is something which has to be thought of as a whole. Okay, so you cannot divide it because everything is going to be linked to each other. Let's say if you wish to open a notepad application, it is something which is given by the system. Okay, so your system has to have that functionality into it. Okay, you cannot create an instance for the same. Okay, that is a different deal that we are talking about. So this is what we have. So we especially make use of graphics and everything to deal along with it. Okay, so one more thing is that, let's say if again I have to talk about object oriented programming, it is to represent a real world entity. When I say that, let's say for example, if I wish to accomplish a task of eating a burger, okay, very basic example. Okay, so what are you guys going to do? Okay, so if you have to give this instruction to your computer, what are you going to say? Because your computer is just a machine, you will have to give very specific crisp information or instruction what has to be done, what needs to be done. So what are you going to do in this case? First of all, you're going to command your computer is going to be a machine or the robot, maybe, let's say that is what you have. Okay, so what are you going to say? Get out of the house. Okay,
The
search for the nearby location.
command based
Yes.
operating system. No? You can give to the set the commands.
Now I'm asking the instructions that you're going to give.
Yeah, no, we give
What
an instruction.
instructions are going to be? What are going to be your instructions? In layman terms, I want those terms. Since you're sitting here, okay, so the first thing that you're going to say is, let's not consider any robot. It is going to be you who wants to eat the burger. Okay, let's say you have got Burger King or McDonald's or something around you. So first of all, what are you going to do? What is that you're going to follow? You will get out of the place where you are. Okay, let's say if you're in a room, you have to get out from there. Then you'll have to search for the door. Then you need to get off from
Yeah.
that door of your house. Then you will go out of the building if you're staying in there. Then you will go to the place where this burger exists, order the burger, pay for it, okay, eat it, and maybe say you can come back and then eat it, whatever the deal is, and then you stop the process, right? This is the problem solution that you have for the problem called as you want to eat a burger. Yes.
Okay.
So if I had to eat the burger, this is the instruction which I have given. Follow this instruction.
Step by
So
step.
if there's Dinesh who has to do the same, Prasad needs to do the same, Pavan needs to do the same. So there are going to be so many code, okay, so many duplication of code. Okay, let's say I want to eat a burger, but Dinesh wants to eat something else. Okay, Prasad wants to eat something else, Pavan wants to eat something else, but from the same place. Everybody is moving from that location. All the instructions are same, wherein they have to move out of their house, go to the location, order the burger, then come back. Okay, in the reverse procedure, right? The instructions are same, but only because the data is different. If the data was same, if it was for the burger, you all can use the same instruction. But what if all of you need to eat different things? Okay, then your code has to be duplicated based on your data. Getting the point? This is POP. Getting the deal? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So what happens if it is OOP? So for OOP, I know that we all need to eat something from this location. Our data is going to be different, I know that, but the instructions are going to be the same. So why don't I create a template and let others just implement those instructions and work along with the data? So implementing the instruction is nothing but creating an object. Creating a template is nothing but your instruction creating a class. So I will be creating a class and you will be merely implementing those objects and performing the same task. So instruction remains there, but you're just only doing what you are trying to, based on the data, you are trying to implement your own. You're trying to implement your own functionality. Getting the point? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Getting the deal? This is OOP. So your POP focuses on process. Okay, what is the process all about? Because there was a process, hence so many duplication of code. But here, OOP focuses on both process as well as data. But here the focus is more on data. So if their data exists, then based on that, the process will be created, and based on that process, you will be implementing your own code. Yes, you will be creating your own object. So this is the real world implication or application of your OOP. So there was a requirement for us wherein application was supposed to be created, okay, wherein you were supposed to replicate to what was there into the real world. Okay, let's say for ordering a pizza. Okay, now you have got an application. It is a high level application. How do you know that? It is created using Android. Android is created using Java or Kotlin, which is an object oriented programming. So why did we use Java or Kotlin? Why don't we use OOP? Because sorry, why don't we use C or C++? It's because we have Java. Java is used for higher end application, but it helps us because I can do the same real world application coding using C++, but that is going to give me redundancy of code. Okay, and I have to write a lot of code to again implement the thing. I cannot have a lot of jars. Okay, the compressing formats are not present with me. You get the point? Yes, wherein I can create APIs, I can work with jars, and I can go and work alone. You get the point, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, great. Just a minute, guys. Okay, apologies. Great. Understood? Okay. It is thoroughly required for you to understand how these concepts work and how you need to implement in the interview. If you understand the concept, you will be able to reproduce it in the to your interviewer. Getting the point, guys? Yes? Am I clear to all? Okay, so before I actually start with everything, I want to just look up for the people, those who are there online today. Okay, so I have Pavan, right? So what did you do yesterday? Pavan?
Had gone through through exception handlings, few concepts, and also looking after the lambda expressions. I have gone through the lambda expressions and etc. etc.
Okay. So you have been through exception handling, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes. So can you create custom exceptions? Yes.
I
Can you
hadn't
create and show me custom exception?
I hadn't finished the entire map.
That's okay. Do you know what a custom exception is all about?
User defined exception. It is based on user defined exception.
Okay. That's it. That's it. What you can say me?
I don't know, ma'am.
Yes.
I don't know. Don't know, ma'am.
I had asked somebody yesterday to create custom exception, right? Who was it? To create custom exception, there was someone who has to do it as a mock interview question. Who was it? Okay, never mind. Time permits, we'll also see how custom exception works. I have shared a drive link with all the students before. I'll be sharing it again with you guys. It is actually all the programs which you can use, okay, which you can, understand and reproduce to your interview once you have understood the concept. Okay. Do we have Pratap here today? We have Nilesh, we have Prasad, and Rutuja. I was not able to hear you. Can you talk, Rutuja? Rutuja, can you hear me? You are a new person in here. Guys, you need to talk when you are into these sessions. Um, okay. Okay, fine. So I'm sharing my screen, and before that, I need to share something else with you. Let me share the program drive link, all the programs required that you can prepare. Okay, so I'll be adding whatever we are talking here in the session in this folder, and you can refer to it whenever required. Okay, so can view, yes, I am giving you the view rule. Of course, you can copy and download and keep it to yourselves. Okay, the chat. Can you just check whether it is received at your end? Okay, the name of the folder that you need to refer to is called java.rar file. It is a RAR file. I have sent you in the chat window. Kindly go through it. Okay, if you don't have it. Okay, I'll be going through that as well. Okay, but before that, we'll be talking about programs. Okay, shall we start? Yes, guys. So people who knows how to deal with all these concepts, well and good. Okay, so you're going to help me to develop it. Others, you are going to see how it is supposed to be done. So I'm expecting Pavan, Karthik, and there were a few more people. I think Abhishek. Yes, you guys were there already when I was conducting this session. So I'm expecting you guys to give me an answer for this one. Yes? Okay, so it is going to be a quick revision for you. Yes? So now, if you want to start, because you're not very clear with the concept of OOP, and you want to actually, what do you call, get very familiar with this concept, you need to get fluent with this. So you need to follow. You need to get through a flow which is very important for you to understand. So there are four pillars of OOP. Okay, we forgot this thing while we were talking about this, but it is all about these four pillars or the four concepts of OOP. Okay, so if you don't remember these four concepts, then there's a shortcut for it called as API. Okay, so A stands for abstraction, P stands for polymorphism, I stands for inheritance, and E stands for encapsulation. Yes, if you don't remember it, I don't think so that is the case with any one of you. But yes, these are the four things which you have. Okay, so if we need to start studying these concepts to understand how they are related, because each one of them are related to each other. All four of them are related to each other. So I will be starting with inheritances. Okay, like I have told you guys before as well. Yes, so let's start with the definition of inheritance. Yes, so can anybody tell me what is inheritance, and be quick on this one, huh?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Shubham here.
Yes, Shubham, tell me.
Ma'am, inheritance means we can use same code in child class.
Hello.
Same coding in child class. What is this
Hello.
feature called?
You can extend that in child class.
What is this feature called?
Inheritance. And
What
there are
is this?
three.
What is this
Actually,
feature called? Again, for your first statement, this is actually a feature. You said you just told me a first statement, right? What was your first statement?
just we can
Okay, it is his network, right? I thought it's not mine, right? Yeah.
Sridhar,
Okay.
Sridhar ma'am.
Yes. So basically, the concept which he is talking about is reusability. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
It is reusable.
so we are going to reuse the code.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, some payment. Okay,
Hello. Means that we can extend class so that we can reuse the code. And
yes,
Correct.
reusability.
there are in Java there are three inheritance. First is single, second is hierarchical,
Second,
and
yes.
third is I think
Ma'am.
multi-level. Multi-level.
Okay,
And
so it is
Java,
only two.
yes, ma'am. Java don't support
Yes.
multiple inheritance.
Okay,
And one
that's
thing,
it.
But we can achieve by using interface.
Interface, yes.
Always mention this. Okay,
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
there
whenever
are
you're
five
saying the first statement, yes. Yes. Tell me.
uh, single, multiple, multi-level, hierarchical, and hybrid. Hybrid and uh, multiple, both are interface, and Java is used single, multi-level, and hierarchical.
Ma'am,
Okay.
what is the drawback of inheritance, ma'am?
That it's not a drawback, it is a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. The problem that
Is
multiple inheritance is not supported in Java is going to be
Ambiguous.
conveyed to us by
ambiguity
Shubham.
and diamond problem.
Multi-level is not supported.
Ambiguity
The
and
ambiguity,
Diamond problem.
Diamond
what?
problem.
So,
yeah, the
diamond problem
hierarchical
represents
problem.
ambiguity.
Yes,
What
ma'am. Yes,
is
ma'am.
ambiguity?
Ambiguity means that if we declare two classes and we declare same method in two classes, and we extend that in child class, so compiler will get confused because
Bro, calling
that's
that
why
object,
that is yes.
calling that method, then we can ambiguity.
Basically, it is your um,
Creating object based on.
yeah. Okay. It is your compiler issue, which it
Yeah.
does not understand which method is to be called from. It's not the method, but which property needs to be called. Okay, we'll see that. We'll go through that as well. And how that ambiguity problem is resolved using interfaces, we will try to see that as well. Because they
Okay.
might also ask you questions based on it. Okay, so the
Uh,
questions that might appear, okay, now enough. Let me talk. Okay. Now, questions that might appear when you are dealing with inheritances. First of all, they might ask you what is inheritance. They might ask you for the type of inheritances. You should be able to answer what is each of these inheritances. Okay, like single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and the ones which is supported using interfaces are multiple inheritances and hybrid inheritance, which is actually one of the problems which is called as diamond problem. Okay, so what does diamond problem is one of the question again. So what is diamond problem? Diamond problem is into a diamond shape wherein you have got your parent class giving two properties, giving a same property to your child class, and these two child classes subclasses are again creating one more child, which is confused whether it is going to get that particular property from via the first path or the second path, thereby creating a diamond. Hence this problem is called as a diamond problem. Getting the deal? Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, they might ask you questions based on protected keyword. Okay. Because you know these access specifiers play a very vital role in inheritance. If any of the members within the class is public, accessible to all, if it is default, accessible within package, if it is protected, accessible only within the same class or to the subclass, within the package or outside the package, and if it is your private, it is going to be only your package and it cannot be extended beyond. They might also ask you questions such as, can you what happens if your class is if a class is created with private access specifier, what happens with this?
The only local method can access that
Yeah,
product
so it is going
variable.
to be very independent. Okay, nobody can access it if the class is private. Okay, when I'm saying if the class is private, everything has to be there in that class itself.
inside what
Nobody
I
can
can
share or access. Extending of that particular class is not possible. Yes, when
Okay.
if that is private. Okay, we'll talk in more detail about these access specifiers when we are dealing with the encapsulation concept. So here you can see that when I was talking about inheritance, encapsulation came into picture, which talks about these concepts, which talks about access specifiers. Okay, also when we were talking about inheritance, there was also multiple inheritance concept wherein we were dealing with interfaces, which is a concept of abstraction. So abstraction is achieved using interfaces. Yes. So if we are going to go for abstraction, that means if we are creating an interface, it means that I'll be having abstract method into it. Always it is required for me to override the method. Method overriding is a concept. Here comes your concept of polymorphism. So it is in this way, everything is associated with each other. So if you know a particular concept, make sure that to which concept it is related to. Getting the point? Hence,
Yeah.
always start with something which associates. So inheritance is something which helps you to perform everything. Okay, from encapsulation to abstraction, because abstraction requires you to perform inheritance. Yes, encapsulation is something wherein you can use your access specifiers and again perform inheritance. Okay, you can also perform abstraction using these specifiers. Yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
abstraction can be done using abstract classes, abstract keywords, interface keywords. Yes,
Yes.
getting the deal?
Yeah.
So understand what is the root and then you go beyond that.
Oh,
Getting the whole deal, guys?
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
let's
ma'am.
try to create one thing, okay, and then we'll go beyond how things can be, can work along with it. Okay, let's say for example, here I am trying to create a project. It is a very simple project creation that I'm showing in here. If any one of you has got any kind of doubt, just let me know. Okay, so this is a simple OOP. This is flickering OOP concepts. Okay, okay. So here, always whenever you're working with these projects, make sure you have got packages created for it. We can either specify com or you can go for org com.ml. ML stands for million light. Then you can have sub packages. These packages are nothing but your directories that you are creating wherein you're going to find your project. So let's say com.ml. For now, this is going to be inheritance. Okay. And
Okay, ma'am.
as per the naming convention, everything is supposed to be there in your lowercase. Okay. So now what am I doing in here? Let's say, for example, I'm creating a
Create the
class.
class file.
Class.
Properties of employee.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking, ma'am. Can you repeat the
My
part?
voice is breaking again. Can
Yes,
you hear me
ma'am.
now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I'm not very
Yes.
sure about this. I suppose the problem is with my receiving signal possibly, or because I have updated my system to 11 and it has gone very slow. It's not receiving it. So I have to check it. How can I backdate it? Let's see.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And don't yawn. I'm very sleepy here. Okay. So the properties here int id. Okay. Now all of you can hear me. Yes.
Your voice is
Everybody
breaking.
can hear me,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
My voice is breaking. Okay, let me just a minute. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Actually, your voice is not audible.
Now, yes.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it
Yes,
audible
ma'am.
now?
But it's breaking
Am I
in between.
visible?
It's visible buffering, ma'am. It is not clearly visible, ma'am.
This is happening a lot nowadays. I've also shut down Windows Update. There's nothing installing, there's nothing going on in the background. Can you hear me now? Hello all, can you all hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Now hearing,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Not Vivarta, not clearing sound, ma'am.